This video is brought to you by Answerly, a question platform that pays you for adding high-quality answers on different questions. The users are rewarded in Answerly tokens, which they can easily convert into dollars or any other cryptocurrency by using one of the exchanges mentioned in the description. Today more than ever, it feels like the world is literally at your fingertips and you can virtually go anywhere you want without even needing to leave the safety of home. That's a good thing right now while so many of us are still sheltering in place during the pandemic. But while we're grateful for our virtual portals to the rest of the world right now, we're definitely dreaming of hitting the road again as soon as it's safe to do so. If you're interested in this video, then I suggest you stay with me until the end of this video. Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the things to do in Tokyo. If you're new here, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notifications bell to get updates whenever we post. If you're heading to Japan, you won't want to miss this epic list of things to do in Tokyo. Packed with adventure, food, history, and culture, Tokyo is a place that's easy to love. Since Japan's capital city is on most travelers' itinerary, we're sharing our top tips and advices that'll help you plan what to do in Tokyo, Japan. There are not many places that would provide such peculiar and cool forms of entertainment, but Tokyo is a city of many colorful facets, a mix of avant-garde and traditional. With more than 13 million residents to entertain, Tokyo has a lot going on. It's a town where the illuminated skyscrapers cohabitate with historic temples, unusual anime shops, and cherry blossom-lined streets. It's a cool destination where your itinerary can include attending a lively tuna auction hours before daybreak, nightlife that can include eating skewers of yakitori in the seedy piss alley, or scrambling across one of the biggest intersections in the world with hundreds of others. But what are the things you should do to make Tokyo your unforgettable trip? Tokyo National Museum. If you're looking to learn a little or a lot about Japan's history, the Tokyo National Museum is the place to go. This museum is one of the country's most expansive, housing about 116,000 pieces of art and artifacts that cover the longest recorded history of Japan. Strolling through the halls of its numerous buildings, you'll spot relics such as samurai armor and swords, a traveler favorite, delicate pottery, kimonos, calligraphy, paintings, and much more, some of which are designated as national treasures and important cultural properties by the Japanese government. In addition to artifacts from Japan's history, you'll also find pieces from all across the Asian continent, including Buddhist scrolls that date all the way back to 607. Travelers were impressed with all that the Tokyo National Museum has to offer. Even some who admitted they aren't museum people enjoyed the variety of unique artifacts on display. Travelers appreciated that the museum featured English translations, something that some visitors noticed other Tokyo top attractions lacked. Think of Ghibli Museum. Soak in a natural hot spring. Don't let the fact that it's located next to the dreary Toshimayan amusement park put you off. This is the nicest of Tokyo's mega onsen bathing complexes, housed in a Japanese garden designed by leading landscape architect Kenzo Kosugi. Niwa-no-yu is divided into male and female onsen bathing areas, with a central pool, outdoor jacuzzis, and finished-style sauna where couples can hang out together. Bathing suits required natch. Sodium chloride-rich hot spring waters are said to be good for relieving muscle pain and stiff joints, while the absence of screaming children, well, you have to be at least junior high school age to get in, guarantees maximum relaxation. Explore Tokyo's Old East Side. Sensoji, a Buddhist temple in Asakusa, is about as touristy as it gets in Tokyo. Get a few blocks in any direction, however, and the tourists soon give way to a part of the capital that has never strayed far from its pre-war status as the city's premier entertainment district. Most representative of that is the tiny Hanayashiki amusement park, home to retro rides that include the country's first and possibly most sedate roller coaster. Nearby is Roku Broadway, where historic theaters like Enge Hall put on a bill packed with slapstick comedy and traditional comic storytelling. Not surprisingly, the area also teems with good watering holes like Kamiya Bar, where the local tipple is a legendary concoction of brandy, gin, and curacao aptly named Denki Brand or Electric Brandy, first mixed here in the 1880s. Experience making sushi or tofu. There's a type of food tour in Tokyo where you can experience making something. Making sushi and of course eating, it's one of the popular activities that foreign visitors enjoy. It's enjoyable for the kids as well as adults, and it's an experience you'll only be able to have in Japan. Sightseeing is of course a big part of visiting a country or city for the first time, but experiences that make an impression on your taste buds, as well as your nose, eyes, and ears, are one of the things that people tend to remember best about their trips. Tokyo Disneyland and Disney Sea. If you're looking for plain fun as a family, visit Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo DisneySea. It's probably not recommended to try visit both parks in a single day, so why don't you stay in the area and visit one each day? There are evening tickets that allow you to enter at 6 p.m. on weekdays and 3 p.m. on weekends, so going sightseeing during the day and visiting the theme parks in the evenings is also a great way to save time. Go to a sumo wrestling match. Sumo wrestling is one of the country's most curious activities, and in actual fact is the national sport of Japan. Made famous around the world thanks to the large size of the sumo wrestlers and the sheer ferocity they throw into their matches, seeing the sport in person is guaranteed to be a real highlight of your time in Japan. Kokugikan Sumo Stadium is where you can go to check out the biggest sumo matches in the country, including championship bouts, but you can also visit a number of smaller venues for something more intimate. If you're feeling really keen, why not try sumo yourself? Ginza. New York has Fifth Avenue, London has Oxford Street, Paris has the Champs-Élysées, and Tokyo has Ginza. The neighborhood is a shopper's paradise, housing all types of storefronts from affordable, big-name retailers such as H&M and Zara to upscale design houses such as Dior, Armani, and Cartier. You can also find loads of specialty stores selling traditional items such as kimonos, incense, and chopsticks, as well as more unconventional finds such as stores dedicated to buttons, model trains, and even charcoal-infused beauty products. You can also find a plethora of Hello Kitty products at the Sanrio flagship store located here, as well as all the toys your kids or your heart desires at the massive Hakuhinkan Toy Park. Take a day trip to Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji sits just 137 kilometers west of Tokyo, and it can be spotted from the capital on clear days, making it the perfect distance for a day trip. Take the Fuji Excursion Limited Express train from Shinjuku Station to Kawaguchiku, and you'll be there in just under 2 hours for just $40 one way. It's worth exploring the surrounding lakes of Kawaguchiku, Saiko, Yamanakako, Shujiko, and Motosuko while you're there. There's just no denying that travel is essential to opening the mind. As you meet different people, have new experiences, and visit foreign places, the reality of these things shatter any preconceived ideas you might have had before. You'll see people as people just like you and not as stereotypes based on geography, and you'll discover that there's more to famous cities than their well-known sites. The challenges, the kindness of strangers, and the beauty and diversity of the natural world will only make you more open to and accepting of different ways of thinking and being. This one is a little cliche, but it's true. No one looks back at their life and wishes they'd upgraded their iPhones more regularly. They think back on the unforgettable day trip to Mount Fuji, the time they got lost in Tokyo National Museum, found the best sushi, or when they watched sumo wrestlers. Your travel experiences will always be with you, and when you need to pick me up, they can be a valuable resource for reminding yourself how good life can be. What else would you recommend for others who want to travel to Tokyo? Let us know your suggestions in the comment section down below. If you like this video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. To learn more about Answerly and Answerly tokens, check out the links in the description.